Okay, this is the CAD Demo. Um, so we have a virtual machine running. It's running Windows, and we've got SketchUp and AutoCAD installed on that virtual machine. And then I'm here with Ian Douglas. He's in New York City, and we are both remotely logging into the virtual machine. So Ian set this up remotely. He sent me this right here, this invitation, and then right here is the code I need to log in. So I'm going to download the invitation, open the invitation, and now it's asking for a password. So I'm going to copy this password that Ian sent, put that in. Okay, now
Okay,
Ian,
I sent an invitation, so I'm getting a window that's asking me if I want to allow him to connect me and say yes.
okay, so Ian accepted my invitation, or Ian accepted my request to log in. So now I have to request control from Ian of the cursor, and now Ian clicks yes.
Saying yes.
Okay, so now I think we had. Okay, Ian, we had that other file open recently. I guess.
I closed it, so you'll have to grab it.
Okay, where would downloads be?
Um,
Actually, I
go
can.
up a level, there's a downloads folder.
That's okay. Here, I'll just find it like this way. So what I'm doing is I got emailed a SketchUp file recently. This is my email. I'm just gonna download it. Open it with SketchUp. Click yes. Start using SketchUp. The file is read-only. Okay. So now Ian and we're talking on the phone, and we're on speakerphone, and he and I are both logged into this virtual machine looking at the same SketchUp file. So Ian, will you go ahead and just do some basic navigation through the program, like manipulate the objects, or okay, you can see him.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I took control, I think. I'm not very familiar with SketchUp, but I think I just highlighted those wheels there.
Yeah, Ian just highlighted the wheels. If you see this thing, this blue, to the left of the hand is like a blue kind of globe on the toolbar.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and select that, and then you can kind of rotate the object. No, to the left of the hand. There you go, yep. So now Ian's got this, and he's rotating. Okay, so now Ian, let me go ahead and take control.
Okay.
So now I've got the hand. I can move this around. And now I can do things like, anything really. But I'm gonna delete the wheels. And then I'll zoom in. So now Ian, will you delete other parts of this?
Okay, I'm taking control here. I just highlighted the sorting the file. Okay, I just deleted that object.
Okay, so now I have control again. I'm zooming out. Ian, will you delete those wheels?
Sure.
think you got to go to the left tool. Yeah, that one. Yep. All right, cool. So that's just a brief demo of Cloud CAD. There are some limitations with this setup. Um, Ian's saying that you can use it with Windows or Mac. We're not sure about Linux. Um, we also know that we can only do 2 users at a time right now. Is that right, Ian?
Yeah, that's right.
But if we wanted to have more than 2 users, what would we need?
You could have 2 simultaneous users. By this remote session that we're in, you could disconnect Aaron and then another user could connect to it. So the sessions are persistent across users if that is useful.
Okay, so other people could log
But
in.
they don't have to be. They can also be separate sessions between users as well.
Okay, so you're saying that like you and I could log in, I could log out, someone could log in and pick up right where we left off,
Right.
or we could start fresh.
Right.
Okay. If we wanted to have more than 2 users simultaneously, what would we need?
You'd have to get into like Citrix Technologies or remote or terminal services or something else like that.
Okay, so we'd have to buy a server, is that right?
You'd have to buy a license for a server operating system. You would, and then you'd have to run it in a VM or on hardware. But then you'd also have to have licenses for each person connecting. This solution is completely free beyond, except for the Windows 7 license.
Okay. So the advantage of the 2-person solution is you don't need extra licenses. You just need that Windows copy.
Right.
But if we were to expand, we would and get a server, that would be we'd have to buy the hardware, and then we'd need separate licenses for each user.
That's usually how it works, yeah.
Okay, licenses for what, Windows or?
You have one license for the operating system, and then licenses, a per user license for all of the remote connections.
Okay.
And that sort of varies. That's the basic model. It's a per seat licensing model. But most of those terminal services type service applications employ.
Okay, that's called terminal services. That's the
That's
key.
Microsoft. That's what Microsoft calls their offering, terminal services. Citrix has something similar. It's just very widespread. They're both pretty expensive. I mean, I don't know what budget you guys are talking about, but
Okay.
you might want to just do it with what you might consider just using something free and seeing how it works and seeing if where you want to go from there.
Okay. And Citrix is a cloud software service. Is that right?
I gotta go, Aaron.
Okay. Ian's got his son in the background playing, so he's got to go. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it.
Sure thing, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right.